we are here to talk about Married at First Sight Australia. Episodes 3 and 4.
Where's this character come from?
I don't know. She just came out.
What a strapping Celtic lad.
That's actually a lady.
Oh,
Just with a deep voice.
Well, she's a little bit sexy.
You just sound like Fat Bastard.
Oh, I want to eat a baby.
A baby.
Hello.
Hi.
Episodes 3 and 4.
Go on then.
Well, where shall we start? At the start of episode 3 or somewhere in episode 3, we get lots of miserable scenes between
quite a lot of misery.
Tim and Katie.
Oh, yeah, let's start with them because it just carries on, doesn't it? The misery is non-stop.
Tim's full Nike outfit.
It wasn't even that it was Nike. That's fine. It was the fact that it was obvious. Okay, I'm going to drag him.
Yeah.
That is obviously bought from Harbour Town, which is the outlet store, because no one's buying a Nike outfit where the tick is so massive that it goes from one leg to the other and across the chest from one side to the other and you can't even tell it's a tick. You just kind of know a bit. That's embarrassing.
I don't know why it was so annoying. It probably wouldn't have been annoying on another person.
Yeah.
But Tim, you've done us wrong. So now we're coming for your outfits. Okay.
You've done our girl Katie wrong.
Also the kneeless jeans.
Oh my God, they kept
irritating.
You know what?
Me.
They were dragging him as well. Like they kept zooming in on his podgy little fingers and podgy little red fingers and his knee poking out the strings, holding on within an inch of their life. The cotton strings on his jeans. Oh, horrible.
I don't know why he is
on the show.
Yeah. He's now told her, you're not my type. I usually go for blondes or brunettes.
Blondes or brunettes. Caveat, it doesn't matter. Okay.
I usually go for smaller, shorter girls, maybe even quieter girls.
But also funny.
Silent, hilarious girls.
Wow.
He's like disgusted and cringed at her even looking at him and talking to him. If you feel like that, why are you hanging around? Why is he hanging around?
Why are they on a honeymoon? And he's like not even having a conversation with her. She just tries to ask him like questions and he's like embarrassed at her asking questions and thinks that he's putting in effort. It's like, you're literally being so embarrassing by not even trying to answer.
Oh God. When she was like, I mean, it is so awkward when she was like, do you like pictures? Like, do you mind someone taking a picture of you? Oh, I'm not really into pictures, no. And then it's just silence. It's like,
and like she's trying.
If you've decided to determinedly stay on this holiday with this person that you don't like, at least find out about each other's interests.
Just humour the woman.
What did you study at school?
Yeah.
What's your favourite snack? What's your favourite animal?
I'm pretty sure you can
Maybe
make
not
friends
what's your favourite.
No, I think all of those things. I think you can make friends with
a person.
Almost anyone. If you just give it a go, you can find common ground with anyone.
But he's so terrified that she's going to jump Fanny first onto his face if he so much as says, would you like a cup of tea?
Oh my God.
But he can't even. if you're so terrified that being polite is going to be taken as you hitting on her, then you just got to leave right now. And it's so painful because the worst thing about the whole thing is seeing her feeling unable to just say, you're fucking misogynist because we're the same size and you clearly don't like me because I'm a bit bigger and you say that you want skinny girls and you're a misogynist.
This is the thing that sucks for her, is that she's just got such low self-esteem that she can't even look at it. Hello, Spinach. Are you coming up?
Come on in. Come on in. Hello, boy.
Yeah, good boy.
Settle down.
Oh, where are you going? Are you coming over to me?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you go in, mummy.
Settle in here.
Settle down.
Good boy.
Sit down.
It's cozy.
Oh, yeah. Say hello to the camera.
She's got such low self-esteem.
She's got such low self-esteem that she can't see that it's not her. It is him being a misogynist. Like,
but
it's not her.
She can't even think, even if she did think it was her, she doesn't even feel justified in showing that she's upset to him.
Yeah.
Because there's this such like weird sacred thing around like, well, my type is my type. But it's like, no, we know, yes, people like fancy different things about people, but
there
we
can't
know
be a type which is blonde, brunette, doesn't matter. Just not ginger.
I'm allowed to age and get fat, and not have any personality, but my girlfriend must be young, thin, and hilarious.
But also quite silent.
That is misogynistic, but she can't, because she's so scared of showing anything that might be seen as unattractive, aka anger. She can't even be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and the thing that is sad is that anger probably would, like, I'm going to say some bad things. Like, her anger would be hot. Because
I don't know, I think he'd twist it and be,
but like, I think it would be attractive and more attractive. And this is all stupid because attractiveness, like, she is beautiful and she's being really fucked over by this whole thing, which we said last week as well, or the other episode. Like, her,
I know what you mean. It's like a vicious cycle of the more she's like, okay, then it confirms the way that the thing that he's projecting onto her of undesirability, and she's not resisting it, which is almost like confirming that it's true. And
the more that she holds on and swallows all of that kind of disdain for her and thinking that she's not good enough, the crazier she's going, like, inside her mind. And it's like manifesting in how she's looking. Like, and again, this is really bad to say, but like, they could just fucking do her makeup or do her hair so that she doesn't look, because she looks mad,
but
because she's being driven crazy.
She's crying 90% of the day.
I know. So I'm like, why can't they just put up, like, they've got a whole fucking team there. Like, stop putting her on the camera, making her look her worst. Of course she does, because she's being driven crazy by this man, but like, it's making him be like, I like women who are a bit more obviously like attract. I don't know. Those are my bad thoughts. That I'm just like, do something to make her look a bit better, because like, make her look better. No, what are you laughing?
No, I know what you mean.
It's
a horrible. Fair. It's such an annoying situation, and I'm just furious. You keep saying like, maybe he didn't say that, that he wouldn't be open to dating a curvy girl, but I just think there's no fucking way they didn't know this was going to happen. And I cannot believe that the most kind of vulnerable person, we said this last episode, but I just can't believe they did this to her.
She doesn't know what to fucking do. It's awful.
If you go to a matchmaker, it's not that anyone that they match you with is going to fall in love with you, but they kind of take the thing away of like you worrying about whether they would even look at you. Like, they kind of do the initial like sussing out of like, okay, he'd be open to her, she'd be open to him, which they've like, you should, I mean, it's a stupid TV show, but she should have been able to trust that they'd pick someone who would at least be open to just like talking to her and not being repelled. And the fact that they've dropped her in being married to someone who hates her is just so cruel.
All he kept saying was, I'm a nice guys finish last, nice guy, this. He's a dick. He hasn't done one nice thing. So I think his whole narrative, I think he was playing up to the narrative in his interviews and stuff. And it's that classic thing. I'm a nice, like, he's an incel. Like, I'm a nice guy, therefore I deserve to fuck the smallest, petitest, shortest, quietest girl I can find. Okay, Jimmy Savile, go for it then. Like, sorry. Do you know what, like, what's wrong with
Jimmy Savile had some different tastes, but let's not go there. This nice guy thing, where's your capability to even have a conversation over a cup of tea?
I do believe that there's nice guys who do get overlooked. Yeah. Like, to give them credit.
Because of, on the flip side, the toxic thing of like wanting a bad boy or whatever.
Yeah. Which Jamie said that she wanted a bad boy look, but a nice guy. Anyway, there's ways around it. People, if someone actually is genuinely really nice and a good person, like, that's attractive. That's crazy. Anyway, so
it's just, go on.
Yeah, what I'm just saying is the nice guy trope does exist, and I understand that it is difficult for some guys. For some reason, it's a weird thing that they get overlooked, yada, yada, yada. He is not a nice guy. He's proven.
Yeah. And it's not only damaging to her, I can already feel people being like, he shouldn't have to, just because he's fat doesn't mean that he has to go out with a fat person or whatever.
Doesn't mean he has to go out with a fat ginger.
That's not, yes, okay, but I'm more annoyed at the show because it's not only damaging to her, it's damaging to everyone watching. Just to see two people put side by side who are similar weights, similar ages,
Yeah.
and one person is allowed to sit there and go, I deserve more, and not make any effort, and the other person falls apart and is just displayed as like a ridiculous option.
It's like the same as Tim and Lucinda last season. Like,
Yeah.
both of these Tims are really similar.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't get what they were asking for. They didn't get the idea of, they probably have exactly the same type. They're both putting in zero effort and expecting more. The difference is that Lucinda could get through to Tim because she was so confident in herself and so comfortable.
Yeah.
Whereas Katie... she deserved so
zero
much more because
confidence.
and like I don't believe that she should have had to, it's really hard, I don't believe that she should have had to come into the experiment like perfect, no one can, and like super self-confident, but they know that she isn't so confident, and they know that she's been fucked over so many times, so it's really, really damaging and like what's the word, like not immoral, but like a bad, like
a bad thing.
Unethical.
Oh, nice.
It's really unethical of them to put her in this position and not look after her better.
Yeah. And it's almost saying from the show, like, well, what could we do? Like, there isn't anyone that wants to go out with her, which is just not true.
Exactly. That's what she's thinking. She's like, this was my last resort and I can't even get someone to like me on this. Oh my God.
And you saying like she should show her anger, like that might be more attractive in a way, but the tiniest bit that she's challenged him and said, so what are you feeling, what does this mean?
Oh my God.
He's immediately manipulated her, turned it on her, said, I think it's really unfair that you're saying that I don't like you because of your looks. I actually don't like you because of your personality as well. You're being manipulative by putting that on me.
He
I'm like,
also used the word betrayal. He said,
Oh my
you've
God.
betrayed me. And he said, it makes me question why she's here. Shut up, man. You're absolutely full of shit.
have some grace. Get your feet off the bed. Look her in the eye when you're rejecting her. Honestly.
It's really, really embarrassing.
I wish I could
when
go
people
and-
go on this show and they try and they think that they're presenting themselves well and they're just waiting for that other person to do something that they can turn.
Yeah.
It's so clear to us. We're not thick. You can't trick. You can trick one person in a room. You can manipulate one person in a room, but having this many people watch the TV show, like, we're going to see through your bullshit. So don't be stupid, you idiot. Also, the bath thing. And
Oh my God. Wait.
do you remember it was like in the middle of the room and it was like open?
Yeah,
and
there was that. And he was like, oh, need curtains. And then
Yeah.
she was like, we could run naked around the hotel. And he was like, you do that and I'll put the blinds down or something.
Yeah,
It's
great.
horrible, 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 horrible.
And she's panicking as well by saying those things.
God. Yeah, she's like, doesn't know how to actually, well, of course she can't flirt with him.
She can't even
but,
talk
like,
to the man.
She's like, if I just say the word naked, then maybe something will happen. And it's like, no. Oh my God. Okay, let's get onto some of the weddings, because I just wish I could give her a hug. I'm furious. And let's move on.
Yeah.
Awhina and Adrian.
Yeah. Actually, I'm saying yeah, but actually, it was good. And then it was, yeah, I don't know. He's a bit thick.
Yeah.
Just to put it out there, I suppose.
Yeah, he is quite dumb.
Yeah.
And it's cute that they're both twins, I guess.
I love that they're both twins. You know, I've been saying to you that I want to have twins. I keep saying to Daisy, we're going to have twins. Make it a twins in the tummy.
You've
And she's
poisoned. You've poisoned? You promised.
I promised.
I said poisoned instead of promised.
Oh.
You promised not to do any more witching.
That was
the
a pretend.
situation.
That was just me showing what I was.
Okay, because
kept
if we
doing.
have twins, so be it. But I don't want you witching it into being like you did with this stinky potato boy dog, because he's a very naughty boy. But we love
But
him
he's
so
so good now.
I know, but we don't need another big challenge. Like, oh, this is so hard, but we love it so much. Like, let's just have like
The
normal...
problem is God will test us because
Stop saying things like that. Why are you willing it?
Because
You're the one that's going to be exhausted and crying when it happens.
yes, but then it will be good. But if they're twins, they'll play with each other and bugger off.
Yeah, but the first 4 years, imagine.
I don't think it'll be 4. I think it'll be 2.
Come on, then we'll just let them out into the garden.
Yeah. Yes.
And read our books.
Yeah. Perfect.
With our reactive dog,
go do a
let them
poo.
all out.
Yeah. It's fine. And they're going to be potty trained.
Okay, but
like Catherine Ryan.
also,
no,
I think
just joking. I know that's not a thing that people can actually do. Sorry. Anyway, what were we talking about? Awhina and
Twins.
Adrian. Oh, twins.
As we can see, twins are a bit weird. They're cute, but they're weird. I like them. I like Awhina and her twin.
Yeah.
Awhina was very coy when she was coming up the altar, even though she said she's very confident and outspoken. She couldn't look at him. It was cute.
Like, oh my God, you're so hot. And kept hiding her eyes. That was cute.
It was cute.
And he's just like...
If you listen to his voice without looking at his face, it really is quite
something.
Yeah. I thought the show was, teasing us and going ding dong. Oh no, something terrible's going to happen with the baby, with the children
you
thing.
thought it was a trick?
Yeah, and he'd actually be like, all right, I can deal with that. But no, it's actually
he
quite
actually
bad.
said the worst thing you could possibly say, probably
Terrible
to a single mum.
Terrible things. And the annoying thing is, I feel like if he actually does fall in love with her and marry her and
He has married her
and move in with her, he actually might end up really loving the kid. So he's fucking himself over loads now.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't think before he speaks, because that would, of course, I think that's a reasonable thing to be worried about, that you'd be like, and it's quite, in a way, this is not entirely true, and I might just be looking for the good in this. Like, it's kind of sweet that he is thinking about one of the concerns being that he doesn't love her child as much. Like, I'm like, that's quite big of you to recognise that there might be a bit of difference in the love between those two children. But I don't think he meant it like that.
I know what you mean, because someone who came in and said, I'm going to love your child exactly the same as any of my biological children, that would be smarmy potential bullshit.
I also think it's but I just think it's not true. Like, my stepdad, and it doesn't offend me. He probably loves Charlie more than he loves me.
No, but I get thinking about your stepdad and how he does love you and your sister.
Oh, he does love me and my sister. Of course he does.
Much.
And I love him.
And he did just take you on.
Yeah.
But I feel like if him and your mum had this conversation before they'd been in love, maybe he could have said, maybe he might not have imagined himself. I don't know. I'm not excusing him, because I just think it's annoying, because I think she basically now has to dump him, because you can't accept someone saying that.
No, because it will also, I think he just panicked and said it, but it will come up in their relationship, and
the show
come
will
up in a
push
lot of a worse way.
Oh my God, and so awkward that at the wedding he asked her sister about it. This again makes me think he'd obviously said it to the producers as a thing that he didn't want. He didn't want someone with kids, because he asked her twin, does she have kids? And then she was like,
I don't know.
Don't know.
I just panicked. I didn't know what to say. I don't know. Obviously, that's so funny.
Obviously, that means yes.
I also think, I don't know how much Awhina actually likes him as a person.
Yeah.
In my mind, she seems like a big romantic, and it's just the way they're kissing and so touchy on the honeymoon it feels performative to me, and but I don't think she knows she's being performative, but I think she's doing things that she thinks romantic couples do, taking the picture of him in the Polaroid. I don't know, it just all seemed a bit staged or performative to me. And
I felt I believed
know.
it, but it was giving me some red flags in that. I think especially, maybe I'm talking with no experience from this situation, but if you have got a kid and you've got a very, very rare opportunity to just come out of real life for a few months, and you don't have any of your responsibilities, there would be a lot more potential to just throw yourself into this whirlwind thing, which then if you have to return to real life would not be maintainable.
Yes, and
so they're front loading it with all of the love and the passion, and that isn't even necessarily coming from something that's been built. It's just what if we can just do this and it'll be amazing.
And I think that's my point about, and that I agree, and it kind of seems like she could have done that with anyone. That was the idea of what you do with anyone, and
it seems like an attachment style that she has that
and I guess
is playing
people
out.
do that in marriage, and you know how lots of people kind of, I don't know, if you get married quite early, you're still potentially in the honeymoon phase, and then when real life hits, then you can't handle it, right? And so that is this situation like magnified, which will be a problem. And it's definitely been a problem in the past on this show where people have been like, well, actually I've got a son, or I remember that the blonde one that was with Duncan, she's like, I got a son.
Oh my God.
I've got a child. I've got a child.
And Holly and thing last.
Oh God, and Alex, yeah.
Holly and
God,
Alex.
yeah. It's like, unfair.
Even if the partner is saying, I'm going to be supportive towards your child, when they return to normal routine, it would be challenging. But if they're saying, I don't really give a shit about your kid
already,
it's really bad. I think it would be better if they were taking it slow now and then still building when they get home, but it's going to just be everything now.
Yeah, I mean, and everything has been done now, and it's done because of what's happened. He said twice as well. He said at the wedding, and he said on the honeymoon something negative about her having a kid. So, like,
yeah,
it's not good.
It's not good. It's not gonna work.
Also, I mean, I understand what she's saying when she's like, I'm dating for my son as well. That's also weird.
Yeah, both of them need to just play a little bit of the human social game of not just saying everything that's in your head.
Yes, and maybe you just need to see if you actually like that person.
Yeah.
Before, like,
because obviously you know that in order to be a good mum, you have to have your child in mind all the time.
Of course.
But this person doesn't love your kid, so they might get a bit put off if you're bringing up your kid when you're just going on your first few dates. Like, just have it in your mind, but don't necessarily say it. I don't know. That
obviously
sounds harsh.
that person doesn't love your kid because they also don't.
They're a stranger.
He also doesn't love her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet. So like, yeah.
So he needs to shut up about his worries. She needs to shut up about that. They just need to see if they like each other enough first before the kid is becoming such a big
issue.
Yeah. But they haven't done that, so
too late. Maybe the experts will weigh in on that and have something to say.
It is going to be interesting because the chemistry is very spicy between them, but the incompatibility thank you, is the most obvious, apart from Katie and Tim. Like, in terms of, like, on paper, there's a thing that is a no. That's a cross. You can't go past that. But the physical thing is opposing that. So it's going to be interesting to see those two things at war. And he's not going to come up with some eloquent, nice responses when they'll push and push and push the child issue.
No, he's going to say it's all going to come out wonky.
Yeah,
because he's obviously not a manipulator.
Yeah,
because he can't even talk. He can't even talk. So I guess it's good. She's, she can't be fooled into thinking something about him because he's not going to say anything that would trick her into thinking he's good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Next couple.
Go on.
Billy and Sierra?
Yeah.
Have you not got much on them?
I've got Perth English.
He is the English one, okay.
He's good. English, and that is literally the end of my notes.
I can't remember Sierra. Can you?
Vaguely. I think she's like...
What was her deal? Oh, wait.
Business person?
They're all older, aren't they? Which I'm enjoying. Like,
yeah.
They're all like
30s.
30s, late 30s.
Late 30s.
I think she's late 30s as well.
Also, that makes this...
And, she's the one that looks like Katy Perry.
Oh, is she?
Yes.
I can't
remember.
There's
a lot of similar looking women.
Yes. Karina.
Of a similar age.
And Rhi, they all look really similar.
Yeah.
So that's
similar sort of, professional, independent, but I want someone to add something to my life.
Yes, totally.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Does hikes with yoga gear on.
Even Lauren and Elliot is like kind of similar, even though she's obviously got really specific desires.
Yeah, she is similar.
Oh my God, there's so many people from Perth. Whoever sent a producer to Perth for the summer, they've bloody come out with the goods.
I know, but it's dangerous, isn't it?
Really dangerous. I mean, we've already seen it with Paul and Karina.
Yeah, maybe they're hoping for some more like cross couple exes or
Yeah.
people know gossip about other people.
Yeah.
Oh, a baby.
If you're watching on the YouTube, you're going to see a lot of spinach because he likes to be near us when we record.
He's showing off today. So Billy has I don't like listening to his northern/Australian accent. Makes me feel funny.
Oh, I know. Well, lucky I'm not northern then, because that's where I got my English/Australian accent, was in Perth.
That's true.
Although everyone says I sound more English now. And I was like, it's totally from being with you. Which is good.
Yeah. No, you've still got some soft consonants and like little twangs, but I don't think you go up at the end anymore. But I don't know, it's something about it being
Northern.
like, I don't know, my ears are like, what's going on?
Interesting.
What?
Classist.
No, I want to hear one. I want to hear one or the other. Shut up. I love your stepdad, to bring him up again. I love your stepdad's Suffolk Australian accent.
That's crazy.
I love it.
It embarrasses me
works.
sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like,
It's strong. I love it.
Yeah, because he works on a gold mine.
Yeah.
So he's around a lot of
definitely
true
goes
blue
up.
Aussies.
Goes up at the end, but it's still got the Suffolk there. Like
Yeah,
that.
no, actually, it is really cute.
It's really cute.
Yeah, it's nice.
Billy, Billy, I just don't trust him.
Yeah, I don't trust him either.
No.
I mainly don't trust him because he's English.
Yeah. God, what is that? We don't trust the whole nation of our men.
Amen.
Amen. Shall we move on? They shagged at the honeymoon. That's all I have to say about them.
Twice? Or was that? No, that was Karina and Paul, I think.
That was Karina and Paul.
Well, I'll be interested to see. He is a bit of a mummy's boy.
Yeah.
You know, his mum was on the telly quite a bit like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't got much to say about them.
I'm happy that they just seem to be, at the moment, just a match without any...
Yeah, we're enjoying the matches, as we said last
Really
episode.
are.
Really, a lot of good matches going on.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Spinach?
I hope you can...
You tell him.
Oh my God, Spinach. What a show off. So, Rhi and Jeff.
That's a really sad. Rhi and Jeff.
Rhi and Jeff.
Yeah, Rhi and Jeff.
Rhi and Jeff.
Yeah.
Another couple
That
who
know each other.
already know each other.
So you were saying that you think they must have stopped dating and decided to be single because they were both signing up for the
Maybe
experiment.
I was just like, oh, I wonder if that,
I like that
I
thought.
wonder if that was why.
Yeah.
If that was why, it would be kind of nice because it would be like, I mean, it's still shit, isn't it? But
Yeah.
it would be like, oh, there actually wasn't a bad reason. But
Yeah.
because at the moment I'm like, okay, it fizzled, but like there has to be one of you that was like,
Yeah,
not-
are they just being polite?
and then it kind of came out a bit more that Jeff was like, oh, it's just platonic, but we'll see. He seemed a bit more not up for the relationship than she did. They match physically very well. They dated for about a month. She'd met some of his friends because she was like,
Yeah.
oh, hey.
I reckon they're his flatmates.
Oh, yeah, true.
I like that this has happened twice, that both of these are like modern dating, like the one that got away kind of things, like with Paul and Karina. It's kind of fun. And I'm also like, they must know.
They must go
The
through.
producers.
If they don't go through their social media, like they have.
Not even that, but like, surely you just disclose everyone that you've dated. Like, I would be like, fucking, I'll tell them who I've dated because I don't want that person to be the one. But I'm sure that must be part of the criteria.
But also, I was going to say like straight people are weird, but I'm sure actually this actually sounds really quite lesbian. I just haven't experienced it. The whole thing of like, we're still getting coffee sometimes and still
I thought that was strange
like
for those two.
flirting, but not dating.
I
And
would
like,
never go for coffee with
why?
another
Someone that you
another
dated for a
girl.
month.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
weird.
Like, yeah, maybe if it's like
Unless they
someone
were
you lived
actually
with.
my
and-
friend. Yeah. But if I dated them,
I'm like,
no.
what's going on here? And like, she's just trying to be cool and I don't know, it's weird. So
I believe them in a weird, I don't know if I should, but I believe them that they decided to, and also maybe this goes along with straight people being odd.
yeah,
I believe them for some reason. Like, I believe the Paul and Karina thing as well.
I think there's just something about dating apps that like is the opposite of an aphrodisiac. Like it like takes the passion out of interactions for people.
Yes.
Because I didn't tell you this, but one of the people that I need to check how it went going on a date with this week, she was talking to him and then they just stopped talking, and then she went to a bar and saw him having a date with someone else and he saw her, and then he messaged her afterwards and asked her out again. Like, seeing her in real life like gave him the drive, but he had just been like, no, like they just stopped
this is
talking.
what I'm thinking about. Yeah, I agree. That's such a good point, and that seems to have happened with Paul.
Yeah,
he just kind of was like so used to the social kind of like social expectations of like ghosting someone. Yeah, like that expectation of like, okay, if I don't want to talk to a girl anymore, then I ghost them, and that he forgot that she's. You know how people always say they forget that you're human, but maybe they actually do just forget that women are human.
Yeah, and it's always just like, oh, there'll be
another hot one that I can swipe on.
And I guess it's the double dopamine hit of like chasing, flirting, and literally the thing that you get from your phone from like things lighting up.
Oh, dopamine.
Yeah,
did you say that already?
I said the double dopamine, like
yes,
the real life one and the phone one, like is just making you be like, just matching with someone else will be better than actually.
And again, did I talk about porn last week? Did I talk about porn last episode? I think I went on about porn for ages, but
yes, you did.
That is making me think of that again.
Yes,
in the way that like you're like, don't like this porn, go to the next one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like that must be what this is like as well. Like
where like people used to find a picture of someone's bra strap in like Mother's Weekly.
Mother's Weekly.
And that would be enough to set them off.
And then they're like, not going to look at that again.
Yeah.
So I've done it now.
Oh, no, I meant like, people used to be able to see like the one most ridiculous innocent thing. But now, because you can see so many things, you need to see a million things.
Yes.
At once.
Yeah. What is going on? And then being forced into this situation, maybe it is good for people. Maybe it's good for men.
Yeah, maybe it is good. There is a sense of that. That's like...
And I'm thinking about our friends, our straight female friends who have gone on countless dates with like idiots that they think it's a good match, and then if something goes wrong that you can't even explain. I'm thinking about how many times if they just gave it a bit more, if that man just gave it a bit more of a chance or a bit more effort, how it could have panned out.
Was removed from this just infinite choice landscape.
I mean, even with what's his name, David Harbour and Lily Allen, like, you know how he was...
God, I wouldn't fucking marry Lily Allen, though. No offence.
No, nor would I. But it just makes me think, well, they're married.
He's just looking at... Yeah.
Like they're married.
And he's like, I'm going to go on the apps.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the Riot, which is like, oh my God, that's how he met Lily Allen in the first place. That's awful.
That's wild.
He's going out with some like random, well, he is at time of recording, some random like model who isn't even a proper model. She's just thin and got massive tits and is blonde. That is awful.
Yeah. So maybe, hopefully, Jeff and Rhi this will bring them together in a way that it didn't before. But I don't know. I'm curious.
It could make for Paul and Karina and Jeff and Rhi, I do think it could make them stronger couples.
Paul and Karina really does seem to have
because
worked.
they've had time in between to like try and find other people as well, and it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
So it makes me think like there's an opportunity for something stronger to come out of it. It kind of makes me think about how when I had a breakup and then I had a couple of years of dating before I met you, and then I was like, there's something real good right there, you know, like if you have the time to try other things, then you know when you know what you really want when you have it. So cute.
Who else?
Final couple are Jake and Ashleigh. Another person from Western Australia. He looked like he might be from down south for some reason. I'm just getting that vibe. He's a teacher, another PE teacher. Was it PE? I think so.
Oh,
it was. Yeah, because he kept blowing a whistle.
Oh, must be then.
I think.
Yeah, another teacher, a big nerd,
and she was a teacher as well.
She's a dance teacher.
She was cute.
I feel like not in school. Like she has like a
No,
dance
she
school.
has her own special thing, yeah.
Very Australian vibes.
Yes.
They love a dance, don't they?
They do. Literally just basing that off Strictly Ballroom.
And your cousin.
And my cousins.
And there was lots of dance schools around.
There were.
It's a thing.
That was really funny. When we were in Australia, I was saying to Daisy, it's so annoying that we don't have this like in the UK or where we are specifically, because there's just so many signs like ballroom classes, dance, Latin, everywhere. And then when we got home, we found out that there is someone who teaches ballroom.
Which I need to go to soon.
Yeah. So
we did go to it and it was so fun.
It was really fun.
Yes. Cute. She said she spent lots of time nurturing other people's children and families and nieces and nephews and stuff.
Yeah.
She wants her own. And I think it was nice that he said, I'm getting on a bit, even though he's like 35.
Yeah.
Or he might have even been like 31 actually. But he was like, I need to think about having a family, which like other men like fucking, who's the prick? Elliot is like, I'm 35, but I've got all the time in the world and I need a 25-year-old. Like, it was just nice that he was like, oh, about time to do that.
Yeah, it's so brutal that he is just Elliot, sorry, just to go on him, to Lauren is basically saying, you're fucking old and I'm not going to have a massive family with you, so you're barren, see ya.
Yeah.
Awful.
Should we discuss them briefly?
Yeah.
I don't know. He might even be worse than Tim, to be honest. The things that he said to her.
Oh, he is worse than Tim. I totally think he's worse than Tim.
Awful. And again, well, she's in a different kind of trap where, because she's decided that she wants to be this 1950s stereotype, it's not within the like feminine category that she's given herself. There isn't the option to be angry, even though she needs to be angry at this man because he's being awful to her.
Yeah.
So he's just saying like, all you care about is expensive handbags
and holidays.
What
I'm
the
also
hell?
like, I can't remember. I'm sorry if we said this in the last episode. If you're going to trap a woman in the kitchen, make her do all your housework and rear your children, fucking take her out for dinner.
Yeah.
Take her on a holiday.
I think we did talk about this, but yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And he's done a runner now because he can't even bear to
look at a
be around
37-year-old
her because she wore a different dress from the child that he'd imagined raising a family with.
Crazy.
Pathetic.
Absolutely
pathetic. To say out loud that a 25-year-old is what you want, and that's 10 years younger than you. What the hell is wrong with you? Anyway, let's return to, what are their names?
Ashleigh and Jake. I don't actually know if it's Jake.
I think you're right.
And Jake.
There was a terribly awkward moment when he saw her bridesmaid coming down and said, oh my God, she's amazing. And it wasn't.
If she's wearing orange. Also, have you never seen Married at First Sight? You turn around and then you're told to turn around when look at the celebrant and you're told when to turn around.
Oh, it's so squiggly, makes your bum go up.
Yeah.
But then he was really nice and happy and complimentary about her when she arrived, which I was very happy about.
They both seem happy with each other. You were nervous that she might not like him, but she seems to like him.
No, that wasn't the way round. I was thinking about it, actually. I was like, I don't know if she's like a nerd girlfriend. Like, she just seemed more like happy-go-lucky. I don't know. I wasn't seeing them as a match, but there's some nice chemistry between them already.
They obviously have similar values. So.
Yes. So I'm excited to see them. Definitely positive vibes.
I wonder if Tim was matched with her. What would happen? I don't know.
Oh God, he's a misery guts.
He is. I'm just thinking because they're both teachers as well, and she's brunette, but she's not quiet and small. So
he wouldn't have been happy.
No, probably. He'd have said, "I like gingers."
I think that's it. You got anything else on these episodes?
No.
But
if you want more content, you can sign up to our Patreon.
Oh yeah.
The link is in the show notes or the YouTube description, I presume. I think that's what it's called. And we're talking about White Lotus on there.
Oh yes. And everything else that we're watching.
Yeah, everything else that we're watching. So if you want more, go over to our Patreon.
Yeah, lots of fun discussions happening over there. Mm-hmm. And follow us on Instagram at Doing the Maths.
Yep.
Well, that's about it.
That's it. Love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.